Now let's talk about the structure of the course. So we are going to essentially cover a number of modules, and you will have the full list of topics right in front of you. Let's also discuss a little bit about that as well. So we have, as you can see over here in Microsoft Word file, a complete list of topics that you will be covering in this course. So from module 1 to module 2, and we'll be diving into more detail. We have lots and lots of modules to cover. You can see some modules have more than uh, one tables, 3A, 3B, 3C, like that. And then there are some case study modules as well. So all in all, the entire topic list is covered in this document that you have with you for your reference, and we'll be using this as a reference to ensure the completeness of our course. And this is replicated here in these 7 modules. So first of all, we'll talk about MS Excel Navigation 101. We'll talk about how the Microsoft Excel application looks like, how do you interact with it, what are the key components, and how to label them so you know exactly what you're talking about. Next up, we'll start learning about several important Excel features, because that's how you are going to get an advantage over most of the people using Microsoft Excel. So one interesting thing about Microsoft Excel is that if you are a finance professional particularly, it is very much likely that you will be spending roughly 70 to 80% of your working hours using Microsoft Excel. Now that's a lot of time if you take it and if you project it over the period of 10 years and 15 years, and hopefully your overall career of around 40, 45 years, there's a lot of time you're going to spend on Excel. So if you don't really know the best and optimum method of doing things in Excel, you may achieve something, some calculations, some output, some charts and graphs, some tables and reports, maybe by doing hard work of about 1 hour. But ultimately, if you learn the best way of doing the same thing, you may be able to learn how to do the same thing in about 10 minutes. So you can save 50 minutes of your time, or 40 minutes, or 30 minutes of your time. So that's exactly how we are going to uncover Microsoft Excel in front of you. Will be learning a number of tools and techniques that will make sure that you are using Excel in the most efficient way and not spending too much time on it. That's the focus in the module 2. Next up, we'll dive deeper into the core components of a financial model, which includes formulas and functions, pivot tables, and charts and graphs. Next, before we dive into the case studies of financial modeling, we'll learn about the best practices of financial modeling. What are some of the key considerations that you should keep in mind? What are some of the best practices that you should always follow to make your financial models easy, simple, practical, and highly useful? Next, we'll talk about the business analysis techniques. This should not be something new for you. If you're from the finance background, you must have covered lots of those concepts already in your classwork while you were studying management accounting or financial reporting or financial management, performance management, because lots of those concepts basically overlap in what we are going to cover here in business analysis and financial modeling course. Next, we'll talk about case studies, and lots of case studies. So we'll be talking about valuation, mergers and acquisitions. We'll be talking about capital budgeting, 3-statement financial models, simple P&L statements, and how to create that in a more effective way, in the most efficient way, and make it more dynamic, practical for your insightful information. Thank you for watching, and let's learn more about Microsoft Excel.